Edward Snowden is a coward, he is a traitor, and he has betrayed his country.
The man who leaked details of a secret telephone and internet surveillance program in the USA has disappeared in Hong Kong.
If he wants to come home tomorrow to face the music, he can do so.
2989. Taxi Hotel. Call.
They should use every legal avenue we have to bring him back to the United States.
I want to get him caught and brought back for trial.
I don't know how anybody can view this person as anything other than a criminal.
We'd been telling him, get out, get out, get out, get out.
You're going along with someone's life literally in your hands. Either our plan had worked and we would get on that flight, or it wouldn't.
Just 3 weeks earlier, Edward Snowden, a 29-year-old analyst for the National Security Agency in the USA, was waiting for journalists he thought he could trust. In his backpack, he had nearly 1 million top-secret NSA documents. The journalists were traveling across the world, from New York to a hotel in Hong Kong, for a secret meeting whose outcome they couldn't predict.
105 North Avenue, 52.
Because I knew that what was waiting there was vitally important, but because we didn't know what really was going on, we thought there was even a chance. I mean, every step of the way kind of had all sorts of hazards.
Thank you.
The question mark that hung over us more than anything else was the fact that we had no idea who the person was that we were about to meet. So we were really just kind of rushing into this huge unknown.
The documents Snowden had with him were so sensitive, he could be imprisoned for decades for removing them. For all he knew, the U.S. authorities could have intercepted the communications of the journalists, and he was about to fall into a trap.
I'd crossed the Rubicon at that point, actually. You know, I think, I don't think anybody can reach such a clear turning point in their life without thinking alia jacta est to themselves. You know, the die is cast. I had to expect that the most likely scenario was that I would be led out in handcuffs.
How would we know that we weren't talking to some agent or somebody else? So the quite ingenious method that he invented was to hold this Rubik's Cube, and that was the first thing I looked for.
After getting top-secret documents from Snowden, the two Guardian journalists published their first stories. They did not name their source. Edward Snowden's identity remained a secret.
At the time, I thought he was paranoid. Once we were in the room, he piled pillows up against the door jamb, up high along the sides and along the bottom. So if there was somebody passing in the hallway, just eavesdropping, it would make it more difficult for them.
The stories began to appear, and then there's a period of time before he then self-identifies. In that gap there, it's my understanding that NSA had a very good idea who that was, what he had done, and then it's a simple step from there to begin to use all the tools available to the U.S. government as to where he might be.